Okay, my name's Lisa. I'm originally from Texas. I wanted to go so bad. I think I sent you my Facebook post where it was like, does anyone have any Route 91 tickets they want to get rid of? And like fat chance. My boyfriend, Bill, he had his own friends in town from Minnesota. And it was Steve Berger's. It was his 40th birthday. And he came down and another couple, Josh and Catherine. But we were just having fun. I mean, we were really close to the stage. We were close to the speakers. VIP section was right behind us. Jason played like maybe two or three songs. And then we heard a lot of popping. Like it sounded like we thought people in the VIP section behind us were doing firecrackers. So it wasn't even alarming at all. Not even. I mean, they're just having fun, we're all there. And and it stopped, and then started again. Another set of pops, and they're like setting off firecrackers again. We look over, we're still looking around, and there's a girl, and there is just blood coming down her face. And Bill was like, everyone's still standing. Nobody knows what's going on, but we saw that at the same time. She's just sitting there in a daze with like half of her face covered in blood. And at that moment, it was like a like domino effect. Like he like threw me down and fell over, Josh and Catherine, and Steve went down. We all went down at the same time. People still standing up around us, still not realizing what's going on. Then Bill looks over and he notices Steve he's not moving. We didn't run. We stayed right there because we had a friend down on the ground. Then Jason Aldean like runs off the stage. Right. The pops keep happening. Catherine and I are down on the ground, like head to head. And I'm just praying, for our guardian angels to, just cover us and keep us safe. The pops keep happening, and then there's a lull, and then pops keep happening, and then there's a lull. Finally it stopped. They didn't come back. So I got up and I went over to help Bill with Steve. When we were doing CPR, he just had this huge bulge, and the bullet hole was right there. It was instant, and he bled out, not through the hole. There was no blood there, but through the back. That's why Bill being on his knees and me being on my knees, that's why he ended up like full of blood, and me too. All the first responders, we had 3 people come up to us. The third person came along, and I'm like this, and I just remember her face coming up, under me and looking up at my face and said, "I'm a nurse. Let me check him." And she like checked pulse everywhere, and she was like, "He's gone, and you two need to get out of here now." I just remember looking up, and he just too like looked up, and it was like an empty field of bodies with cowboy hats, just cowboy hats on their heads. Like people had already gone through, determined they're dead, told their loved ones they had to go, just like they did to us. They put a cowboy hat on their head, on their face. Put a cowboy hat on their face. And I just remember seeing at least 30, 40 bodies right there in front of us. It was like a war zone. It was unbelievable. People from the audience, plainclothes people that were first responders, they came through and they're like, "We need your t-shirts, we need your belts, they need to make tourniquets, they need all this stuff." And Bill's like, all the guys are taking off their t-shirts, taking off their belts, just giving them chaos back there. All these people shot, but there are people that need to go to the hospital, and people that were parked. There's a parking lot back there. People in their own cars were they got into their car back there, and they were taking people to hospitals. They planted a tree for each 50, all 58 people. They planted a tree, and it's like a trail that you go through, and it's amazing. Like the flowers and the tree ornaments and the painted rocks and the signs and the pictures and each tree has each person's name on it. And even those crosses, did you see like the flowers piled high, and someone put little, it was around, it was October, people put the little pumpkins on all the trees, or wrote cards and messages, people they don't even know, but they did that for all 58 of them. Like, it was so, it was so just incredible. Like, when you talk about the community,